त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namo. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namah. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayani Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namah.
Hello everyone, good evening and a very, very warm welcome to the last day of our 21-day series of discovering the inner peace and joy of via Sahaja Yoga meditation hosted by South Australia. And I'm so thrilled and excited that we have already on the last day, a little bit upset as well, but yes, it's been a wonderful journey. Hello, Dee.
Hello, Richa. Hi, Tony. Absolutely. It has been a exciting journey. Wonderful. And it's just so sad. Well, I suppose satisfying is not really the right word, but it just fills us, our hearts to hear how it's helped people and how their journeys have been and their experiences and that. So thank you so much for sharing. And I suppose, as you said, Richa, we're feeling a bit sad to see it end. So this is a news flash, hot off the press. We will be having an intermediate session. And
Wonderful.
look, thank you so much to the wonderful practitioners, yogis who have volunteered their time. So we've been able to. For the month of February, we will have the intermediate sections. Now, the details for this we will discuss at the end of the session tonight. And talk a little bit about the mentoring, about when the times will be, etc., WhatsApp group links and all that kind of stuff. So today, Tony is our presenter. A little bit of a collective thing happening here today. But what we do have, and I'd love you to remind you to stay back tonight, is we do have an LA-based composer, Stephen Day, who is doing a live concert for us today. So please do stay back to enjoy an amazing musical journey to blissful thoughtlessness, actually, which would be, I have attended a few of his concerts and they are amazing. So please do stay back. So I think, shall we start the session today with our meditation then?
Yeah.
Lovely.
We can start the journey. The journey started 21 days ago, but this last presentation is called the beginning of the journey. So there's no ending. It's the beginning, and it's the beginning of a new journey. And so whatever's being presented in that, it's for your encouragement, for you to use, for you to become familiar with, and to continue what you're learning, but to have in mind and heart that it's a new beginning. It's a new journey. It's a new beginning for oneself. And the beginning is the meditation experience. And so
That's right.
We'll start off with this meditation and clearing and balancing so we feel in the right place. Okay?
Beautiful. Yes, so a lifelong journey of self-discovery it is, and lifestyle changes. So let us start today. Let's raise our kundalinis and put a bandhan on. For those who have got your foot soak buckets ready, please bandhan the foot soak water, just to get some vibrations into the water and get it vibrated. And then we raise our kundalinis and put ourselves in the bandhan. Again, nice and slow with your attention, moving with our hands, feeling those vibrations flowing, requesting Mother Kundalini to awaken and establish within us. And bandhan 7 times for each energy center. And just putting our hands together to just bow down to Mother Kundalini, to just humble down for the meditation experience and taking us through the journey of our meditation today. Thanks, Tony.
Okay.
We can have Mother's photo on the screen, please.
Thank you. So it's always good to, the meditation experience is one where we can relax, and the way that we can relax very quickly is through tuning into our breath. When we tune into our breath, we're tuning into our body. And so when we're born, we take our breath for the first journey in our life. So we want to connect with that breath that is life. Okay, so we can close our eyes and take a big deep breath in for a count of 4. And hold for a count of 4. And release. Big breath in for a count of 4. And release. Pause for a count of 4. Big breath in. So as we do this, when we repeat this, we don't have to count. We just know. We're just in tune with the deep breath. We're in tune with the deep rhythm of the breath inside our body. So our attention is on the breath. And we do this because we want to become centered and go within ourselves. Take a big deep breath in. As we breathe in the freshness, the goodness, the peace. As we release the breath, we let go of any tension, the stresses, the worries, tension. Big breath in. We just continue and repeat this and follow the breath. As we follow the breath, the mind becomes still and silent. As we follow the breath, I'm connected to my body. I feel that I'm relaxed in my body. I'm relaxed in the body and the mind is relaxed. I am one with this breath. As I feel this breath in my body, I connect to my heart. I take my right hand and place it upon my heart. I take a big deep breath in. In the silence of mind, I feel my heart beating. In the stillness of mind, I hear my heart beating. I feel this heart connection. I feel that I am connected to my own heart. There is a feeling consciousness of heart. I am detached from thought. I detach from ego. I detach from the superego, the conditions. I am one with my heart. And my desire is to have an open heart, to feel the qualities, the depth within my own heart, to value the things that are good and pure within me, to value the nature within my own self. Take a big deep breath in. So here I let go of any anxiety, any tension, any insecurities, any fears. I let all these things go, and my heart may be free to expand. And this gives me a trust, a confidence, a sense of peace and security of heart, that I can be led with my own heart to a deeper place within me, that I can have the courage and the strength that is faith within my own self to venture within that journey. And I feel that security, that benevolence of love that I can freely surrender to, and then allow myself to experience this meditation. Take a big deep breath in. My attention is on the top of the head. Take a big deep breath in. Now that I'm settled in myself with an open heart, clarity of mind, I can follow the balance and the clearing with the foot soak. Thank you, Rika.
Now, in this beautiful state, just take the right hand towards Mother Earth. If you are sitting on the ground, then the hand should be touching the ground. If on the chair, it can be towards Mother Earth. And with a very deep desire, now we have understood that the stronger the desire, the better will be the clearance. So with complete surrendering and a very deep and strong desire, let us pray. Mother, please clear my left channel. Mother, please clear my left channel. Whatever wrong it has, whatever lethargy, conditionings, my past hang-ups, emotional disturbance, all that is wrong. A very humble request to Mother Earth to take away all the negativities from my left channel. Let me feel the clearance, the power of divine love flowing in my left channel. Both the hands back on the lap and slowly for the right side clearance, the left hand towards ether. And again a very strong deep prayer. Mother, please clear my right channel. Mother, I surrender my ego, all my futuristic troubles, plans, all that is not good for my ascent. I surrender. Mother, please clear my right channel. Let me feel the divine love flowing on my right channel. Put the hands on the lap now.
Then move our attention to the center channel, just using our right hand in front of our bodies, just raising from the base of the spine, along the front to the top of our head. Again with that desire, Mother Kundalini, please awaken and establish within me. I just do that a few times. Mother, please awaken to her full potential, establishing a presence within me, cleansing, balancing my energy channels and energy centers, establishing the connection at the top of the Sahasrara. Leave your hand on top of the Sahasrara for a minute with the attention in between the hand and the limbic area. Letting the thought waves flow by, not reacting, just watching. Bring our hand to our heart. Moving our attention from the Sahasrara to our heart. Nice deep breath in. Hold our breath. slowly breathe out, recognizing, accepting, acknowledging that spirit within us, that we are the spirit. Mother, I am the spirit. Aham Brahmasmi. Letting that love, joy, compassion fill our hearts like the waves reaching the shores. Keep both our hands on our lap, attention in the heart, on the Sahasrara, but recognizing and accepting our truth within ourselves, our reality, the beauty within us at the Muladhara of innocence, the beauty of creativity at the Swadhisthana. Moving our attention to the Nabhi and accepting, acknowledging the satisfaction within us, letting it flow and establish itself, the quality of the chakra, the essence within us. At the heart, the fearlessness of unconditional love, the joy of the spirit. At the base of the throat, the collectivity, being part and parcel of the whole. At the Agya, the forgiveness. That Mother is the power of forgiveness within us. We are neither the ego nor the superego, neither the mind nor the reactions. We are the spirit, forgiving ourselves, forgiving everyone, with all this beauty within us. We move our attention to the Sahasrara, dissolving into the kaleidoscope of divinity at the Sahasrara. Recognizing and thanking Shri Mataji for giving us the realization. And we just listen to a prayer by Shri Mataji. Out of peace comes the joy, the light of joy, the happiness. I wish peace for the whole world, for the whole nation. To understand, to give up all the strife, all the false battles for money and for power. All wrong ideas that they are different from each other and come under the banner of Sahaja Yoga and enter into the kingdom of God, where they are invited with all respect and love.
I wish peace to all of them, to all the countries, all the human beings, in their families, in their hearts, with their children, with all of them. Let there be peace. Let their heart emit peace. Their tongue speak with peace. Their eyes see nothing but peace. All this has to change. Tremendous change has to take place. The whole universe has to take a different turn. All that is hatred, hateful, ugly has to vanish, and the peace has to prevail. It is not the peace of the dead, but peace of the living. That has to come, of the body. I bless all of you to be the channels of that peace, to be beautiful channels of that peace, to be glorious channels of that peace, to be great children of your mother, who is so proud of you. May God bless you.
Just open your eyes and just watch Shri Mataji's the red bindi on her forehead, the red spot, without blinking if you can. Keeping the attention on the Sahasrara. Watching and dissolving.
This is the mantra for the goddess. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Sarva. The goddess who resides to all creation, created, all that is created as peace. So you have to seek peace. That is your mind. We all say that mantra. You say it. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Sosita Namastastai 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 Namo Namah. You say it once and then they should say it twice. It's a prayer.
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah.
And then another one is Kshama Rupena Samstita. This is the mantra because the peace can come only through humility and forgiveness. Kshama. That's why Christ is Kshama. You say that for Christ.
Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Kshama Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Kshama Rupena Samstita Namastasye, namastasye, namastasye namo namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Kshama Rupena Samsita. Namastasye, namastasye, namastasye namo namaha.
Mother, you who are that peace within me, I surrender. I am the Spirit. You who are the joy and the compassion within me, I surrender. I am the Spirit. Thank you very much. We'll just slowly open our eyes. I just realized that yesterday we had a few people who, because of technical glitches, missed out on the one-to-one session. I do have or could not attend and hence missed out the one-to-one session. I've got a few practitioners who have volunteered to do that today. So anyone who would like to, for about 20 minutes or so, to have a one-on-one session, please just put your hands up and the techies will match you on and send you out to a side room. It's about a 20-minute session there, and then we'll be back into the main room to continue stay in meditation, watching the concert and that. So if you do, please do raise your hands, or you can even send, if you don't know how to do that, just send a message on the chat and we will match you up and send you off. I will give the floor to Tony. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Rita.
Thank you.
So, just want to talk a little bit about the journey of the meditation. And we've got a video by Shri Mataji where she talks about the meditation experience being a state. You have a state. This meditation gives you a state of consciousness. Okay? So this state of consciousness primarily is one of feeling. So when there's no thought there, you just perceive through feeling. And what you feel is the detachment from thought, the detachment from ego, the detachment from your assumptions and judgments and ideas and belief systems, detachment from the conditionings, your past. At that moment, memory is not even there. So you experience this state of freedom, which Shri Mataji calls as a meditative state of thoughtless awareness. Okay? So that's the beginning of the journey. So when we desire to learn to meditate, what's happening is that that desire for meditation takes us on this journey of self-knowledge, of self-discovery, but it's not something that we hear or we read about, but it's something that we feel. So through this feeling, we can go to the depth of our own nature and get in tune with like the base, which is the Muladhara, our rootedness. And then from there, the journey evolves, the journey grows within us. And so the meditation is the medium, is the fertile ground where the seeds of self-realization grow. And Shri Mataji tells us that when we meditate, we grow. When we have that meditative state of fullest awareness, we grow. So what is the growth? The growth is in a conscious awareness of things that we weren't aware of. We're very unconscious in a lot of ways, in a lot of things. And so we're very unconscious of our own nature, our own drives, our own desires, our own instinctual energies, the passions for life, the longings. Once we begin to recognize them as energy of within the body, as energy of feeling, as energy that gives us that can be channeled through as the purity of attention to create something, then we manifest the nature within ourselves in a positive way because we become conscious of it. So if I desire to do a piece of art or have an inspiration for something, or I'm inspired to write a poem or write a story or to dance or to go on an adventure, once I begin to do that, I'm on that journey of it unfolding. The flower, the beauty, the love, the joy, the peace, the consciousness blooms like an open flower within me. So the meditation experience is that blooming, is that blossoming, is that fragrance coming out of our own selves. And it comes out through the top of our head. We feel the cool breeze, we feel the joy, we feel this connectedness. What are we connected to? Our own selves. We're connected to our own true nature. We're connected to this sense of existence that I am. And so this connectedness we feel through the heart. Mentally, we're very clear. Mentally, there's a clarity of understanding. We begin to have insight, wisdom, intuitive knowledge. And we have that. But what gives us the depth of our own growth is the heart. So the heart consciousness expands within us, and we feel and we value and we have that sense of meaning and purpose. So I can be courageous because I feel it in my heart. I could be adventurous without fear because it's a driving force in my heart. I can feel the love and the joy of the spirit in my heart because I become awakened to that. But the medium of that is meditation. So throughout my journey in Sahaja Yoga, it's always been drummed into me the need to meditate. The need to meditate is the medium. And then we have that process of self-realization, which Shri Mataji takes us through the affirmations, which is the process of introspection. You have the both. You have the meditation, and then you have the introspection. And with that is the reflection. And that is the reflection and the aspect of the spirit that shines forth as a realized soul. So the journey begins through the meditation or one's desire to meditate. Through the meditation experience, we feel and we can go to the depth and we go to that place within us where the Kundalini is awakened. We are energized by the Kundalini. The Kundalini is our breath of new birth. So when we are born initially, we take our breath into the life of existence as body, as a person, as a child, as a baby. And when we come to Sahaja Yoga, through the gift of self-realization, we have a second birth. We're born into the spirit. Well, what the spirit is, really, is that conscious awareness or that higher state of conscious awareness that I am. And so the narrow-mindedness of our ego and the conditionings and the victimizations and the judgments and the experiences from the past dissolve. We keep the good experience, but the things that hold us back, we can release and dissolve. So it's a great journey, and it's only a journey that is always beginning, because when we have that realization, that awakening, the first thing that is felt is the purity of self, which we would call the spirit. But that purity of self is really the manifestation of the Muladhara, the innocence within us. So there we have it. The Muladhara is the first and the foundation and the building block of our life. Okay? It's just that we become conscious of it now. And then with that, we begin to work through all the chakras. And theirs is the journey. There is the journey of self-realization manifesting itself in the beauty of creation, as Shri Mataji teaches us. And the other great thing about this meditation is that deep sense of connectedness. It connects you. It connects you with the subtle system, it connects you with the chakras, it connects you with to that meditative state of collective consciousness, to all of humanity, all of creation, to the whole of the cosmos. When you have that, you have the silence, you have the depth, you have the reality, and you have that deep sense of I am loved, I am secure, I am eternal, I am spirit. Okay, so now we can listen to the video talk where Shri Mataji talks about that meditation and the importance of the silence. Thank you.
But first and foremost thing is to meditate and to raise your kumari. Meditation is the only way you can grow. There's no other way out. Because when you meditate, you are in silence. You are in thoughtless awareness. Then the growth of awareness takes place. Then it opens out. But if you are thinking, supposing there's a lake and the lake is completely in a turmoil, nothing can grow. But supposing it is silent, then lotuses can grow, anything can grow in it. In the same way, if your mind is agitated and your growth is not yet fully expressing itself, then it's such a vicious circle that you are agitated and your growth is hindered. Again you are agitated, your growth is hindered. So the best way is to take to meditation. When you take to meditation, this turmoil will settle down. And when it will settle down, your growth will take place. After meditation, you will feel definitely that you have come out very well, you have grown very well. But for that, one has to be very honest. You cannot force people to be honest. That's one thing you can't do. You have to be honest to yourself. You are not to be hypocrite. You have to see for yourself that whatever you are doing is for your benevolence, is for your good, and that you have to do it because it is good for you to begin with, and then for the good of the humanity. You are doing for the good of the humanity. Now, some people who come for the first time will have lots of doubts because of ego. They have lots of doubts because of ego. How can that be? How can this be? All kinds of things they ask. Now, you have to say that first of all, you develop your insight. You develop your enlightenment. Your light is not sufficient. In the light only there are no doubts. Supposing in darkness you think that this table has no cover, It's all right. You can think whatever you like. But when there is light, you see for yourself there is a beautiful cover on top of this table. In the same way, it happens to us that we have to achieve a state. And once we achieve that state, then there's no question, there's no doubt, there's nothing, and you become so empowered. It is such a simultaneous thing. It works as soon as you achieve something, it works. When it works, then you are convinced. I'd say it's a very beautiful new chain starts within yourself, and then you really start enjoying your joy of yourself. In the most chaotic conditions this world is today. So at that time, a kind of a silence will come within you. When there will be any such crisis, immediately will become extremely silent. But this is again a state, I am telling. So now, if there is something that makes you upset or makes you unhappy, try to reach that point, that axis, which is just silence. And this silence will make you really powerful. Because this silence is not only yours. When you are in that silence, you are in the silence of the cosmos. Silence of the cosmos. And the silence of the cosmos works for you. You are in connection with that cosmic power, we can call it. It's more than that, is divine power, I should say. Divine power which is working all the cosmos also. So if you just become silent within yourself, know that you are sitting in the kingdom of God. It's like this. When, say, you get the great honor of becoming a king, then you walk up to your throne and you sit down and look around and you feel the silence of the state that now you are the king. This silence is the sign that you are definitely you are now in contact with the divine. You are silent because the divine is going to look after everything. You don't have to do anything, just keep silent. But not forcibly, it's again a state. See, if any turmoil takes place, any problem takes place, suddenly your attention will jump onto that silence. And once you jump onto that silence, you being in contact with this whole all-pervading power. Now, when I talk about all-pervading power, we still don't understand what it is. What it means, this all-pervading power of love. Is it some sort of an energy floating around? Or is it some sort of a river or some sort of a ether? It is the complete, the totality of reality.
So we'll just continue the meditation experience for the next few minutes and go into that meditative state, the silence within. So take a big deep breath in. And release. So I am relaxed in my body. My mind is relaxed. I'm detached from thought. I feel aware. I'm aware of my body. I'm aware of my heart. I'm aware that I'm detached from thought. I'm aware that I'm detached from ego and the belief systems and the superego. So now I can just step into that, the silence, the deep reality within me. Take a big deep breath in. My attention is on the top of the head. I am still and I am silent. My attention is on the top of the head. I am still and I am silent. I am humble. I forgive. I am detached. And I surrender to this love, this all-pervading power of the divine love that I feel, that I'm part of, that I am. I surrender to the deep silence in myself. My attention is on the top of there. I am still and I am silent. I am a witness to my own self. I enjoy this time. I enjoy this experience of meditation. I love what I do, and I do what I love. I affirm this quality, this driving force of love, this awakened state of meditation. That is the gift of self-realization. Take a big deep breath in. Thank you.
We'll just finish the meditation with raising our kundalinis and putting a bandhan on. Thank you very much, Tony. So with that beautiful meditative state, let's continue that with the musical journey. And it's my great privilege to invite Stephen Day here today. He's won, World Peace Award from Global Peace Foundation in 2017. Founded a nonprofit organization relating to arts to personal transformation in 2008. LA based, of course, and he's here to play for us tonight. His dedication to Sahaj and the time, the generosity is indeed humbling when you think of the fact that it is 2:30 a.m. where he is. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, Stephen. Thank you so much again for being here. Is it 2:30 or 2:45 now?
Yeah, it's a timeless zone now. We're not in any time zone anymore.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, you have a beautiful way of integrating music and stories to take us on your journey of Sahaja and meditation. So I'm going to give the floor to you, and we're all
Okay.
going to enjoy. Thank you.
Okay. And you can hear me okay?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Okay, good. Well, the main thing is the instrument, the sarod, I think is the goal. We've had wonderful meditation and guidance so far. Thank you. I've enjoyed so far, not only tonight, but I've actually tuned into a few other of the 21 days programs in Australia. And the sarod is 19 strings. It has little strings here that ring along with the piece that we play. We play night ragas, morning ragas. I'm going to play a night raga because it's nighttime it's a nighttime for both of us, really. So I'll play Rag Body. And the beauty of this raga, and many ragas, but this is particularly interesting because some of our folk songs, pop songs, some of the deepest music that we've come to know over the course of time is actually based on this raga, believe it or not. So I'll play a little bit of different melodies as well, just to show the roots of the music. And I hope you enjoy it. I'll just go right into it now because we'll continue our meditation that way.
Thank you. Thank you. That was just simply um, speechless. I'm trying to find the word to say. It was just amazing. So melodious. I mean, I don't know. There is something about Sarod that I absolutely love. And, the raga you were playing, it's like, we say the nad, the sound. It's like this, the strings that you were playing, the sound, dancing music on the Sahasra. It was just absolutely divine. And
Uh,
you studied Sarod in India.
yes, studied in Nagpur, which at the time was the place of the music academy started by Shri Mataji and her brother Baba Mama. So I started in Nagpur for a year, which is central India or Maharashtra, and then moved to Delhi. And I studied with Ustad Amjad Ali Khan in Delhi. And Ustad Amjad Ali Khan is the sixth generation of a great gharana of family of Sarod musicians, stretching back six generations. And now, believe it or not, eight generations, because his two sons, who at the time were
Wow.
about in their 20s when I was there, and then his two sons, one of them has had sons. So now there are eight generations of Sarod players. They all play together, three generations on stage.
Wow.
And so it's a great lineage to be tied to, obviously. And these compositions come from his, father and his grandfather and all the way back down the line. So they're ancient compositions. And they also, from the point of view of chakras, the rag is connected to the sasrar. So
Ah.
that's particularly there.
Yes, and you could feel that. So, what what kind of inspired you to start learning in India, or what was your journey?
The I think it started with a great sense of dismay and loss. I was at McGill University in Canada, which is in Montreal. It's very, very cold. And I was freezing in many more ways than one. I was working to I was a double major in math and
Wow.
economics. And I was, getting straight A's. I had a scholarship. So the future looked bright. It was a sort of like a extension of my family. And it looked, like the dream was real. The only problem was it wasn't my dream.
The family dream.
It was a family dream that I just couldn't fulfill, and it created a big gap, a huge gap, because of course you want to fulfill your family dream. Of course you want to fulfill your father's wishes or deepest desires or whatever that may be, even if they're perceived more than they are. But I had to also fulfill a deeper search or quest. I had a calling or feeling in my heart, and it came through music, that there was more, and I needed to pursue it. I needed to look for it. And so I did leave after about 2 years. And I had a feeling or idea that somehow I had to be in a warmer climate,
Yeah.
that music was part of it, and that I needed to have a kind of a more fluid life, more nomadic, more free.
Yeah.
So I experimented with the sort of hippie culture, and that was past. I mean, I grew up later, but looking back, I looked into some of those things. But then it appealed to me to the Romani gypsy people. Romani people, or otherwise at the time were called gypsies. Now they're called Romani people. So I'll kind of refer to both of them. It attracted me because I thought, well, there's a free to life. If I were to able to join a caravan of gypsies or Romani people, I would probably be able to connect to all that's deep inside of me. For instance, guitar and music and dancing around the fire at midnight and then moving along in the caravan. So all in the warmth of the sun in southern Spain and Portugal. So, I did. I went to Portugal. I lived in Lisbon, and Lisbon had many parks, beautiful parks, green with fountains, European. And I would play in those parks, and little by little, you know, I adopted some of the kind of ways of living, nomadic living. I had a dog. I played music for my dinner. You know, I busked.
Wow.
And then one of those days, I had a beard. I grew a beard. You know, so one of those days, I was playing in the park, and I saw two guys off in the distance coming my way. A stout younger guy, and then an older, more lanky guy. And I recognized them to be Romani gypsies, and I was starting to get really excited. You know, I was like, this is what I've come here, really. I want to meet some, you know, Romani people. And so they came closer, and I started imagining already, you know, so this is it. You know, I'm going to learn, you know, we're going to jam, we're going to be dancing around the fire. These are the people, you know, I'm going to get in touch with, and this is going to be it. And so the younger one said, can I try, is your dog bite? He asked me if my dog bites. And I said, no, of course not. I have the friendliest dog in the world. And then and he said, can I play your guitar? And so, of course, I was very happy to hand it over. Now, this was a nice guitar. I had bought this guitar before I left. I left with a really nice guitar with pearl inlay. For those of you keeping track, it was a Martin. Relatively expensive, nice guitar. And I left with that guitar and a duffel bag full of a few clothes, and that's all I had. That's all I needed. So he picked it up, and I thought, I was looking keenly to see what chords he was playing because I wanted to pick up some things. He played two chords, not even two chords. He just played two strokes, and boom, boom. That was it. I don't even know if he played guitar. And then he said, it is my guitar.
Oh my God.
And I looked at him, I looked at my dog, and usually I was a pretty tough guy. I grew up playing football and hockey, and usually I would protest. I don't know why I didn't say a word. I think it was a combination of shock, or maybe it was part of letting go. You know, whatever it was, they walked away with my guitar, and I sat with my dog that didn't bite.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, the next day, I went to a flea market in Portugal, and I found a perfect guitar for the lifestyle I was leading. It was a Spanish guitar. It was beat up, but you know, I didn't need a case. I could throw it over my shoulder. So it was me, my Spanish guitar, my duffel bag, and my dog that didn't bite. And I went on for the rest of the summer that way for a few more months and had some experiences. But you know, I never did get to experience living with the Romani gypsies. I didn't get to see the caravans and didn't get to dance around the fire with gypsies, and for that I'm okay with that, because I realized I went back home. I went back to Vancouver where I grew up, my parents' house. I shaved my beard and my long hair, and I went back to university, but a local university where my dad taught in Vancouver, and it was a little warmer. And I didn't take a double honors major. I took Altered States of Consciousness, which was this kind of general studies course, but it had Indian philosophy in it, and that attracted me. And I was just learning a little bit about alternative, different consciousness and meditations, and you know, everything from Jungian dream psychology to the Vedas. And halfway through the semester, I saw a little poster, a little yellow poster, and I read it, and it had I had a very warm feeling. And I had this sense, for some reason, it was like a vision of a small group of people, and that the lady who was in the poster, Shri Mataji, was there as well. And it was this poster about Sahaja Yoga, free program. I took the number down. But then things got busy. I was still involved with this course, and I lost the number. But by the end of the semester, everything ended, the course, and I think I got to this point where I was even sadder than I was before, because I had already invested in so much seeking. I had already looked for things. I left a great future career. I was at the top university with a double major. I left all of that, which was a huge risk. I mean, you're only 20 years old. You don't know. You don't know what you're doing. You're just following your heart, and it's scary in a way. And then when you have nothing to show for it except for a course in altered states of consciousness, it's a place of despair. And I said, and I never say this, but I voiced it. I said, I'm at the end of my rope. And right when I said that, I somehow remembered that poster.
Yeah.
And I ran as fast as I could. I went around quarters. I think I almost knocked somebody over. I found the wall where the poster was. But of course it was full of posters, and I started to claw at them and just sort of peel them back, because it's college, and I mean, it was like textbooks for sale, and roommates looking for roommates, and I looked and I peeled and I peeled, and it wasn't there. And as much as I tried, I finally gave up, and I hung my head. It was almost worse to not find it after having had it, because I knew that was something special, and then I didn't have it. But then I looked back just as I was leaving, and in a glass case, there was a little yellow poster, and someone had put it in the glass case. And I saw it, and I went back, and it was indeed the very same poster. I called the number, and then I experienced the self-realization and meditation the next night at an ashram in Vancouver. So that's the story of my seeking. And everything followed from there. I played music after that, and then I ultimately learned Sarod because of the connection between Shri Mataji and Amjad Ali Khan, and a lot of Indian classical music that is part of Sahaj culture. And at that point, I was so ready for everything Sahaj and everything Indian that I just dove in and spent, many years learning not only Sahaj culture but Indian music and living in India, and that's a whole nother story. But the story of my seeking was was all about coming home, because after all those travels and all those tribulations, I ended up going to a Sahaj program about half a mile from my parents' house, and then I just moved into the ashram, and that was it.
But it took a lot of courage to kind of let things go. And you are living a little bit of a gypsy or nomadic lifestyle in one sense, because you do travel around. And I think the whole point of that culture was being that part of nature and being connected to the cosmic and the divine, which you are. So, in a higher sense, you have achieved that desire very much, absolutely.
Yeah, it was you can see the seeds of what I was looking for later. And when I actually went to India for the first time later that year, 1987, then I recognized that what I had been looking for, because actually India is very warm. Portugal was cooler, actually. It wasn't as warm as I thought, very windswept. And but India was very warm, the sun. And we were in a village in Alibag, I remember, and these kids, invited me into their home, and I sat down, and everybody was smiling and just broadly beaming. These were villagers, and this was 1987, so there hadn't been too many Westerners arriving. And then one of them just went right up the tree and got a fresh coconut, brought it down, cracked it, and then they all opened it and gave me the fresh coconut. And it was like, wow, this is the kind of experience I've been looking for, this warmth and absolute warmth and freedom and depth of soul and heart. And it was what I was looking for. Pure joy, pure Sat Chit Ananda, total Sat Chit Ananda is truth, consciousness, and total bliss.
And I think you have a beautiful composition on that.
To travel.
I think you have a beautiful composition on that, don't you?
Probably. I don't know. You mean the music or
the
Sarod?
music?
I do have lots of songs.
Yeah, the music. Yes.
Yeah, I have songs I've written that are based on that, and I mean, they all have stories. I did one that I wrote actually in Australia on my last trip last summer,
Oh.
and I think maybe that's a good one to play since
Oh,
it
yes.
does have some scenes from Australia that may be a little hard to know where they are. I'll explain them, but one of them was on the flight from Brisbane to Sydney, and it flew. It was an overnight flight, and there was this the sun rising was what was just incredible. I actually had flown from Perth to Brisbane and then to Sydney, and so the red and orange of the rising sun was something that inspired me greatly, and I wrote a little bit about that in this song, Midnight Portal to the Painted Electric Dawn. Daylight rises on the theater of the Twice Born, because that night I played at the Burwood ashram, which was to me anyway. I grew up in Sahaj in the 90s, and Burwood ashram was the place that Shri Mataji had traveled to many times. And we grew up, I mean, I was very, when you're in your 20s you're very impressionable, and I grew up listening to music of joy and hearing about the stories and in Australia and Shri Mataji going there, and I had never been in Australia, so when going to Sydney for the first time and going to Burwood ashram was huge for me, and then sitting up there and playing music, it was very surreal. I took a moment when I addressed everybody and mentioned that. I said, this is a special moment for me. It's a very personal moment. It's a very big deal because I grew up to some extent. I wouldn't say idolizing, but just wondering what it would be like to be in Burwood ashram and with Shri Mataji, and of course many years later, decades later, there I was sitting with everybody, and it was quite a moment. So this song is full of great moments, and it's called One Way Ticket.
Oh, beautiful.
And it's about it's about traveling with surrender, with total surrender, going on a one-way ticket, because this particular trip I had left Los Angeles to go to New York, to Kana Johari, about 3 weeks earlier than that experience, and I decided to go on kind of a whim because the ticket prices were high, and I didn't want to buy a round trip ticket because I thought the prices were too high. So I just took a one-way ticket to Kana Johari, which is a place where the green fields are tremendous in the summer, and Sahaji's people go for seminars and get-togethers. And I think most people know, but just letting everybody know. So this was a gathering of people who play music and had a puja. Played in Manhattan, and then it was a call for me to go visit Perth because I have a grandson in Perth, and I hadn't seen him yet. And of course I hadn't planned any of this, but I got another one-way ticket, and I got a one-way ticket, and then the night before the flight realized I don't have a passport. I left my passport in LA, and I wasn't planning to go to Australia. But luckily I switched the tickets, and then I actually found, in switching the ticket to go through LA, I got a cheaper price. So I ended up getting the blessing just by rolling with the surrender. And it's a funny thing that I was living, as they say, on a wing and a prayer. And I found that doing that actually allowed me to have many more experiences, things I couldn't have imagined. And I also ended up saving money. So
Yes.
Anyway, so this song is a story about that. And it's also a story about the end of the journey, in which I had an incredible conversation with my father, who has blue eyes. And as I hinted before, I had leaving this top university was somewhat contentious, and we've had our history. But this was a time of a complete connection with him on a spiritual level, because of course going to India and doing Sahaj was something foreign to him, but he's a Christian. I spoke to him about this song and all the miracles that had occurred along the way, and he said, well, son, we think that's probably just a coincidence. And I said, it's Dad, you got to understand this. And then I explained a little more, and then he finally got it, and he said, that is a miracle. He looked me in the eyes and said, yeah, I see it. And I said, you see, that's all I've been ever saying, is everything I've done with Shri Mataji and Sahaja Yoga has been, it's been a miracle. And it's the same one that you connect to through your own path. And then we saw it eye to eye. It was a beautiful moment. So all that's in this song.
Looking forward to hearing.
Felt down and lonely. Her calls just brought me down. But now the lights are green to get on out of this town. Last flight to Vegas, rocket band, piano bar. No one to tuck me in or follow the morning star. A one-way ticket to paradise. One-way ticket, it sure feels nice. One-way ticket, so they say. Bring you home again in a better way. Bring you home again in a better way. Let down your weary head in the sacred secret land. A friend from college will lend you a helping hand. Ignite the empire that lies within your soul. It's time to rein it in, put on another show. One-way ticket to paradise. One-way ticket, it sure feels nice. One-way ticket, so they say. Bring you home again in a better way. Bring you home again in a better way. When all that does divide us rings into the silence, in your Father's eyes, and all the birds do sing the song of everything. It's in your mind. Midnight portal to the painted electric dawn. The curtain rises on the theater of the twice born. She gives you wisdom, you've known it all along. And when the wheels touch down, she's playing your favorite song. One-way ticket to paradise. One-way ticket sure feels nice. One-way ticket, so they say. Bring you home again in a better way. Bring you home again in a better way. Get your one-way ticket to paradise. Get your one-way ticket. Sure feels nice. Get your tickets, laddie, on the buses. One-way ticket, let's go. Get your one-way ticket. Don't think twice, je vous en prie. Prenez vos billets. Le train départ in 10 minutes. Get your one-way ticket. Sure feels nice. Chai, chai, apple, apple, apple. Bounce rupiah. Get your one-way ticket. Sure feels nice. It's paradise. Don't think twice.
Oh, that was just brilliant. Oh my God, chai garam chai. That is the absolute favorite moments of traveling. Because we lived down south in Hyderabad, where we first came to Sahaj, and then my parents from the north, from Banaras. So every couple of years, we would, do that 2-day train journey, and the chai garam chai was just absolutely, and we used to have it in those little earthen pots, so you could actually just smell that beautiful earth. Uh, when you were drinking chai, that was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, loved it.
The one-way ticket, yeah. The one-way. Yeah, well, the deeper significance, is, of course, is the sense of surrender. And you hear it all the time in Sahaj culture, hold on to the sari.
Yeah.
And holding on to the sari is sense of like, well, we're in free fall here. I wasn't planning this. I didn't have any idea. And I have nothing but to, I have nothing to hold on to. I have nothing. I'm on a one-way ticket. I don't know when I'm coming back. And I have nothing to hold on to but the sari. And one develops this strength within, which is bhakti, or devotion. And I believe that's a core of the journey in Sahaj, is to develop that comfort and ease, and in fact enjoyment of the one-way ticket, of the surrender, of not knowing where you're going to end up, and being doubtless, and knowing the joy is going to transport you, and you'll be in a better place when you get home, and that's what's good.
That's absolutely, and I think to me, even listening, we say that one way in the journey, it's still that it just was amazing, that feeling of the Kundalini awakening, finding, and as you say, you develop that strength that you just know. It's because you're connected, you're just there, and things just fall into place. So you kind of go, and sometimes it's happened with myself, where you just look and things fall, or you just go do it, and then some people go, well, how the heck did you do that, or why? And I'm going, I don't know, it just kind of was there and it happened. And you just, as you say, you just have that doubtless absolute faith and surrender that it will just be and work out, and there's no other thought of it might happen, might not happen, or
Yeah, it is doubtless. In fact, you get to the point where you almost seek it. It becomes the way. It becomes the way of life. And I wrote another saying,
I think Is it only with me, or I think
No, sorry, Stephen. I think your connection is breaking up a little bit. You're frozen. Okay, it looks like we've lost his connection. I think we've got that was such a beautiful, amazing evening. He might come back, let's see. But while he does, I think Mitya has got a website that you can go and have a look. Thanks, Mitya, for his. There you go. It's www.stephenday.music. You can join up his Facebook page. So any of his new session, any music that comes up, and he has some beautiful videos that he does post. Oh, hello, Stephen, you're back. Oh. Hello. Oh.
I think we have lost him again.
Thing.
Yeah, no, the connection is really quite bad. It's a bit of a disappointment. But we were lucky to have two beautiful pieces of music.
Yeah, that's a good part that we were
I'm
able
glad
to
it
hear
didn't
the
happen
wonderful.
before. Absolutely. Amazing Sarod piece for meditation. And the second song is, I mean, again, one of my favorites with Stephen is that Namaste song that he was talking about. So it's a little bit of, yes, hopefully next time we'll get to hear that. Thank you so much, Stephen. I don't know whether he'll come back again, but thank you very much, everyone, for staying with us. Now, the information as we were giving, we will be starting the intermediate session from, just hang on a second, from Wednesday. So we'll do the intermediate session from Wednesday, the 1st of February. And Friday. So it will be instead of every day, obviously three times a week, starting on February the 1st. What we'll be doing is you stay in the same WhatsApp group that you're in at the moment. We'll just change it, or you basically graduate to the new intermediate group then. The link for joining the sessions will all be the same. And I will put in more information about that in the WhatsApp page in the coming days. Just wanted to say thank you so much for your patience. I know you filled in the forms for mentors, and we are matching you up and slowly getting through the list. So we'll definitely have that done and finished in the next couple of days. So it's great to have the mentor kind of guide you through this intermediate stage also. So any questions, having any, one-to-one session with them, it completely depends on how much and how little you would like out of that. Um,
So meanwhile, while we are starting from Wednesday, I would still request everyone to please find time and meditate by yourself. We still have that website open, freemeditation.com.au Jan 2023, and here there were the previous sessions as well over there. You can watch them, grab them, and week 2, week 3. So you will have everything on the YouTube. You can go over there and meditate again. If you remember the balancing, how we are doing it, and if you do not have time to browse and go over there, you can do it by yourself as well. Just but do not lose the track. Like, you guys were wonderful doing it continuously from past 21 days, and we are again meeting thrice a week. But still, I'm requesting, please do it daily. Get time for yourself. You have invested the time from past 20 days, 21 days, I would say. Do not waste it. Please do it regularly, and you will definitely going to see the difference as we progress every day.
That's right. Absolutely. That is the that is, I suppose, the one condition is that morning and evening meditation. There are, in the resources section, there's music, so you can just have a little bit of music in the morning. First thing you get up, put yourself in a bandhan. Again, please go to the page. There's photos. You can print them out, create your own meditative space, have a little candle, little incense if you like, so that it just becomes that space where you can go and meditate. So there's all the photos, whichever one you like, you can download and have a frame. We'll go through again a lot more. We'll cover in deep in the intermediate courses, but that is all for now. Morning and evening meditation, having you know your foot soaks and things like that. But we will see you again in 4 days, and more information on the WhatsApp page. So thank you so much for joining us for these 21 days. It has been an amazing journey for us. I hope you have also got as much out of it as we have. And thank you to all the MCs and the co-MCs, the presenters, the tech people that we have had. Hello, Stephen, you're back. Is it the working now? I can't hear. Is the tech working
Just
now?
wanted to say thanks for having me, and wanted to say, good night, good morning.
No, so we are absolutely grateful and thankful for you being here. And it's a shame the tech didn't work and we missed out on the Namaste song, but hopefully next time.
Leave a little bit there for people to look forward to.
Absolutely. So we put your website up there, the information. So hopefully people will join us the Facebook page, because I know you have some beautiful videos there, some beautiful music that we put.
YouTube is there, yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
Thanks.
right. Yes.
YouTube is kind of nice because there are a lot of ragas there, and I organize them from morning to evening, so you can just go morning ragas and then leave it on for 3 hours. And I put my favorite pieces, not just mine, but my teacher and many others, concerts in front of Shri Mataji, many music performances by people that performed for Shri Mataji are there, so you can enjoy. It's like radio, it's kind of like, you put it on and light a candle and, put it on for 3 hours and enjoy the morning with morning ragas. So it's a nice resource that a lot of people like and they seem to enjoy. And I actually learned I learned the ragas from those pieces. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, there's some songs and lots of fun stuff. So enjoy, and we'll look forward to seeing you again a little later in the year.
Thank you very much, and good night to you, because thank you so much. Much
Now
appreciated.
it's good morning. I don't know if I go back to sleep. I think I might just keep going.
Okay, no worries. So thank you again, everybody, and we will see you again next week on Wednesday, the 1st of February, for the intermediate session.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Stephen, very much. Good night. Good night. No, we're not disconnected. We're not disconnected yet.